Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to, it's great to see this people coming back for more. Excellent. It's our 10th anniversary, so we're really happy about that. And you also should be happy. Today you're going to get to meet Diane Wilson, the unreasonable Texan herself. So that's great. I'm Joni Cooper, Director of Programming for DocLands. And this magic little festival that is brought to life by the California Film Institute team and volunteers, many volunteers. Thank you so much for supporting independent film and cinema, filmmakers and cinema, because this is how they get the accolades they need. I also wanted to say thank you to UC Santa Cruz, Break Free from Plastic, and Baykeeper for being such terrific community partners. That's great. Please silence your phones before we begin. That'd be great. And don't forget to vote. At the end of this, throughout the whole festival, make sure you vote for your favorite films. You don't have to vote for just one film, one vote, one film. You can vote in a way for all of the films. And this really helps the filmmakers out. It helps them provide some more promotion for the films that they're trying to find homes for. Please do that. You can scan your ticket on the QR code that will be on the screen, that's in the lobby, or on our website. There's a few ways to vote. So first off, I just want to say we have the pleasure of hosting Kyle Baker and the world premiere of his short film, Fog Eaters. So exactly. So we will have, we'll show that film, then there'll be a Q&A, and then we'll show Hellcat and have a Q&A after that. And I'm delighted that we have the perfect Q&A host today. Will Perinello was not only, he deserves applause too. He's not only the advisor for Fog Eaters, but he has also co-produced the Emmy Award-winning series that introduces the world to the Goldman Prize activists from around the world. But I have to say, I'm most grateful to Will for his work as a DocLands advisor and a very, very active advisor for DocLands since year one, Will, 10 years ago. Thank you for that. So Will, come on up, and Will's going to be the host for the rest of the show.
Thank you, Joni.
Thank you, Will.
I'm so pleased, honored to be on the board of DocLands, and 10 years. A round of applause again, please, 10 years. Joni, Director of Programming. Mark Fishkin, Founder, Director of the festival. Pretty exciting. Joni gave you roundup of what we're going to do, how we're going to run the program. As a filmmaker, I think it's important to introduce the filmmakers and the protagonists of the film. Kyle Baker is an ethnomusicologist. He's got a Master's of Fine Arts in Social Documentary from UC Santa Cruz. And in addition to his work as a documentary film editor, all of us filmmakers have to have day jobs to earn a living. He edits films. What a great gig. Kyle has another cool side gig making films for the Smithsonian Center for Folklife and Cultural Heritage. So a round of applause for Kyle. We'll talk to him. And we also have filmmaker Fax Barr with us, director of Hellcat. Thank you. And of course, his film star, Environmental Defender, Goldman Environmental Prize laureate, my favorite environmental defender, Diane Wilson. Give it up for Diane. Woo! Fax has a diverse career. He was a one-time staff writer on the groundbreaking black comedy series In Living Color, showrunner and writer on Mad TV, one of the creators, and Emmy Award-winning filmmaker of Hearts of Darkness, a filmmaker's apocalypse. Many of you remember that, a behind-the-scenes look at Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. So I look forward to talking with the filmmakers after the films. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Join me in welcoming Kyle Baker and the incredible protagonist of the film, Peter Weiss-Penzias. Peter is an environmental toxicologist and UC Santa Cruz scientist. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a beautiful film. Kyle is an incredibly talented filmmaker, as you can see, and one of the things that I love about him is he's incredibly humble. I want to begin by talking about what I think is so unique about this film, which is the sort of stylistic approach you took. It's kind of meditative. You're using spoken word and some stylized imagery. Was that intentional going in, or is that something you found, as we often do in documentary, in the edit room?
I think a little bit of both. I think I went in, which maybe made Peter, as a scientist, a little nervous. I kind of wanted to make like a film noir, right? Because I was living in Santa Cruz and heard about his research, and I was like, wow, that's the most like sci-fi thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's make a creepy documentary about it. And so I think with the fog as your subject too, I wanted to make a really slow, patient film. So I think that kind of guided us from the beginning. And I think a big part of crafting that was our cinematographer, Josh Roth, who's in the audience.
Hey, Josh.
Everyone.
Stand up,
Stand
please.
up, Josh. Yeah, beautiful job.
And while we're doing it, have your other crew members stand up, yeah?
Yep. Irena Weaver was, the three of us were, Irena was the art director technically, but she did everything. The three of us were kind of the three musketeers on the project.
And you may not know, but Isabella Miller from the Berkeley Film Foundation is here, a funder of the film. Please,
Thank
Isabella,
you.
thank you for your support. So I want to ask Peter a question, but first, let's finish talking about the film.
Sure.
As I described this film to friends, encouraging them to come, and told them they wanted to know, give me the thumbnail sketch. It's about fog and mercury content. Everyone's like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God, come on. So what hope did you find in the process of making the film? Because initially, it's a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah, everyone I've told in the last 2 days just kind of rolls their eyes and like walks away from me, right? Yeah, I think a lot of my environmental thinking comes from actually two people mainly who have been professors for decades at Santa Cruz. Donna Haraway and Anna Singh are both like great environmental thinkers of our time, I think. And they talk a lot about toxicity and climate change as things we have to like really live with rather than deny, which I think that's our impulse, is to kind of get through our daily lives and look away from it, knowing that it's painful, knowing that it's gonna impact our futures. But I think like you can look at a film like this and it can really feel like an indictment of our times and our activities, but it's also something they stress and that I try to bring into the film is that it's sort of an invitation into accountability and becoming closer to these sites of toxicity or damage. And I think film is a great way to do that.
Yeah. Peter, thanks for your work. With the Trump administration recently rolling back regulations on coal-fired power plants, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about what that means and how the global treaty limiting mercury emissions to the atmosphere, which you contributed to, can respond to shifting political landscapes. And congratulations, give it up for this groundbreaking work.
Well, ironically, when the regulations are weakened, that means there's more work for me. So, not that I'm, happy about it, but yeah, the U.S. and the coal-fired power plants have drastically reduced their emissions since the 1990s. So, I don't see us, pulling out of the Minamata Convention, although I'm sure that if they could, they would, because we've already, decreased it. So that's like business as usual. We're well within the limits, but yeah, it's kind of bleak times for environmental outlook. But I think the take home here is that people ask me all the time, like, is it dangerous to breathe the fog or drink the fog water? And the answer is categorically no. It's not dangerous. This is a bioaccumulation problem. So if you were a mountain lion and all you ate was deer, or if you're a person and all you ate was deer and lichen, then yeah, maybe this would be an issue. But of course, we're eating foods from all over the place. So I don't think coastal residents are in any immediate danger. But what it showed me is just that it was a chronic issue that has developed over, many generations, and now we're starting to detect it. So there's no easy solutions to the problem, but it's recognizing is the first step. And I think slowly, hopefully, incrementally, just like with climate change, we can begin to bend the curve, as they say.
That's great. You know, a lot of folks in the environmental movement talk about the need to have hope, and that hope is based on knowledge and taking action. And I'm curious, I don't know that you see yourself as an environmentalist per se, as a scientist, but how would you like to have the audience walk away from this experience, and what might we all do to try to make our world a little bit safer?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, fund science and community action, but just recognize the interconnections in our world, you know, just how materials can travel and transform. This idea that, you know, as I mentioned in the film, like there is no way, like it's just one big conveyor belt and it eventually comes back. So just recognizing that, I think, you know, with toxins and with people and their problems, like, you know, everyone's problems are everyone's problems. It's not just their problems.
Right. Yeah. Nicely put. Unfortunately, we don't have more time, but we'll be outside after the screening. This conversation can carry on with Kyle and Peter and the
Thanks,
team.
Will.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks, everybody.